And here we have, in the top left-hand corner of Entomb Valley, our purple Terran player from NsHOSeo, the former GSL champion. It's Jockji. And his opponent down here in the bottom left-hand corner is our blue Protoss player from Team Liquid, winner of the last game and trying to make it 2 in a row. It's Hero.
Alrighty, man. Hero versus Jockji, the kings of aggressive play. Hero being the harassment, if you will, type of player, and Jockji the kind of I'm in your face, is that you're natural, what are you going to do about it? Oh wait, I'm dropping the same time on the side. Like,
exactly.
Jockji is so good at putting so much aggression in front and realizing what trades he can take, and then also getting some aggression on another part of the main or natural.
Now, I know I've been accused of being biased for Jockji in the past and things like that, but there are very few more fun players to watch in the world than Jockji. You always know, he actually tended to pick Antigua Shipyard for a long time just because that gave him the best opportunities to navigate around small distances and drop all over the place. But he's always going to be, I'm dropping inside of your main. At the same time, I'm running with a small group of Stim Marines right through your front door. At the same time that I'm setting up for another attack around the back. And just the amount of pressure he can put on an opponent, the amount that he makes them invest into their multitasking is just unparalleled with any other Terran player out there.
Yeah, certainly. I think behind maybe Gumiho, and then maybe Old Marine King at third place. Old Marine King, because as of late he's not as crazy creative.
You're absolutely right about new Gumiho, though. Like, Gumiho is fantastic at doing just that.
He's getting really good at his multi-pronged drop harassment. He used to be a player that just dropped everywhere and then hoped for best and then would switch between them, but now he literally controls 3 to 4 groups at a time, and it's so stupid good. He actually got rid of his Tau in the last GSL match.
I was so sad. He is the Tau Terran.
Wolf actually had an idea. He thought that he actually dehydrated himself so much that he couldn't sweat. That way he could get away with it, which is like absolutely ridiculous to think about. And looking into the game, guys, we're going to be having 1 Rex here for Jockji, and it looks like Hero will be following up into expansion as well. Should have the double gas follow-up. Oh, look at this, actually. Look at this! Jockji in the main. 2 more racks. 1 in the top right, 1 in the bottom left. Jockji, you're so goofy, man. I love him.
I was about to say, I was a little afraid, because what Hero did there is he had his gas income, or he was getting ready for it. He's like, oh, okay, well, you don't have any gas up. You're going to be expanding soon, so I cut my gas. I go for that Nexus as quick as possible. Pretty typical stuff that Protoss players do, but I was like, this is Jockji we're watching. Like, you can't count on that. And indeed, he's showing us exactly why, is we're going to have a 3 racks opening.
Oh, Jockji. Yeah, normally you would see him open with gas and go into some kind of Banshee aggression, but this time, he doesn't even care, man. He's going to go ahead and go straight into 3 racks aggression, which is going to allow for him to have a lot of firepower available to him. Snipe sentries, which become very important for your opponent, and behind it, he expands. This isn't done to really kill off your opponent. If it was to be a straight-up kill, he would go for a few more racks, but this is certainly done to put a lot of aggressive pressure on Hero and punish him from being a little bit too on the greedy side because he read the play wrong.
And this is a very Jockji thing to do now, as that pressure is going to be coming very quickly. We only have 1 Stalker on the way for Hero. I don't think he actually finished. No, he did finish his Zealot. My apologies.
Is he bringing SCVs too?
Part of the way in. He probably will be in a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
You're the best ever, Jockji. I don't care if you lose, man. I love early game aggression.
I do too.
Jockji bringing the 4 SCVs and the 3 Marines will allow for him to start up a bunker. 1 has to be created, and there's only a Zealot on the field and a Stalker here for Hero. Another 1 is on the way, but with some micro. Jockji should be able to get in here and finish off this bunker. Look at that, a second one here, automatically to tag team it. And it's really hard for Hero to get into this. He does have some micro available, but look, the Marines are going to get some free damage on the Stalkers, and it's just back and forth until a bunker finishes up.
All right, so 1 SCV does go down there. Yeah, but you talked about that back and forth. That's certainly happening. Only 1 SCV remaining here, but it looks like it is actually going to finish up that bunker. So Jockji's going to be able to put on significant pressure onto this Nexus. Also, the added benefit of the bunkers, of course, is that they give additional range to the Marines that are on the inside. So they actually meet the range of the Stalkers 1 for 1 there, and they're going to be able to zone them out and effectively take down this Nexus.
Nice control there from Hero. We'll be getting that SCV killed off, but from here, Jockji's going to try and get rid of this Nexus. If he actually really cared about the second bunker being up, he'll put Marines in front of the bunker and get the bunker completed, but he just wants to get the Nexus and just beelining straight for it, bringing more Marines as well. After this, he can go ahead and unload and start running away. He will have a chance to go and kill off a couple Marines, and I would like for him to at least cut half these Marines in half on the way back.
All right, well, we'll certainly find out as that command center is now on the way, being built on the low ground. Jockji has gained himself a decent little spot here. Hero only going to have 2 gateways available to him, so he's still playing fairly defensive. He's not gearing up for a big, sometimes you'll see players kind of overreact to this and go for a big 4 gate and try and crush their opponent while the defenses are down. That's not going to be the case for Hero.
Yeah, Hero's going to be okay with being behind. Just wants to grab an Immortal so he's able to snipe his bunker if need be, and then move into an expansion. Jotchi, at this point, would actually pull off 3 of these Marines out of the bunker and bring all my Marines back home. And actually going to bring all 4 out. Usually you just leave 1 there so it gets some damage for there, and potentially it throws off your opponent as they try to focus down the bunker. But this is a part where Hero is going to try to snipe as many Marines as possible.
This is a little unfortunate for Jotchi, actually, because he actually pulled away the exact wrong time. Had he kept his Marines there for about 5 more seconds, of course, he couldn't have known this, but if he kept them there for like 5 more seconds, he actually would have kept that contained going and would have stomped those forces from Hero flat. So now Jotchi has lost more than half of his Marines on the way out, and things are actually looking not great for him, and he gets out with all of his Stalkers alive.
That went really well there for Hero. Sniping a majority of those Marines is going to be feeling very good about that. But behind this, Jotchi has moved into the second command center has finished. Now going to go ahead and pop up. Started popping into STEM as well, just getting all the tech available for defending any type of all-in that could be coming from Jotchi, from Hero, I'm sorry, because as you mentioned, Hero could do a 1-base play after this. A lot of players will go straight for a Colossus if possible and just go for a really big bust. So Jotchi's just preparing for all of that.
Yeah, but, you know, Hero doesn't have to. He's got a worker advantage right now, and even with this finishing up, the economic advantage is... there's not really going to be much of an economic advantage for Jotchi, I guess is what I'm saying. All he's managed to do is pretty much stay even with his opponent. Now, this could be bad for Hero as he loses 2 Stalkers on the way out. That was actually really bad for him. He's going to try and snipe out a couple more Marines here, and you were talking about that control before. Manages to find the hurt one immediately.
Jotchi did really good job of engaging that, actually, as we're going to be having Stalkers still doing whatever is possible. But he brought all those Marines, right-clicked them into the Stalkers so they wouldn't prompt Hero with any type of aggression alert, and then was able to kill off 2 of them. Had he just started attacking into them, a move, Hero could potentially actually saved all of his Stalkers. So Jotchi just caught Hero off guard there with that play.
And looks like Jotchi was planning on continuing forward with these Marines. He kills yet another Stalker. I mean, Hero's done a nice job of limiting the health on these Marines as they try and advance forward, and Jotchi really has to be worried here about overcommitting, because this is actually going to form the bulk of his army here in just a second. Even if it is unupgraded Marines, they're going to be upgraded very soon. He wants to retain as many as he can, but he's really being whittled down.
I like what Jotchi is doing. It's just a little bit too early, too preemptive, as we're going to have the Marines engage the Stalkers once again. He's waiting for Stem Pack to finish up, so he's able to stem and kill a few Stalkers as they're engaging, but he's done it. He kind of misjudged the timing here, which means he's lost more Marines overall, which is really unfortunate. But now Marauders jumping in. Do not have the concussive shells, unfortunately, would be able to kill off those Stalkers. Right,
but they're still going to be able to stand in there and tank way more shots from those Stalkers. Even if Stalkers have the increased damage, you know, 2 armored units, it's not actually going to matter all that much because the Marauders will dish the damage right back out to them. But as we can see, kind of a Creator Prime follow-up to this. Double Forge into 6 gates and a robotics facility, or robotics bay, I guess I should say. And in fact, I strike that it is actually only 5 gates for now.
Curious as to whether or not Hero's going to go for a +2/2, or if he's going to wait for a 3 Colossi to pop out and go with +1/1. There's 2 possibilities to that. There's also the get 1 Colossus out and then go into a 3rd expansion. It's just all a matter of what Hero wants to go for. And he hasn't started a Twilight Council, which kind of leads me to believe that he wants to go for 1 or 2 Colossi with the Immortals in the front and just go for a really strong 2-base push with +1/1. It's certainly possible. I would prefer for him to go to the 3rd, but because Jotchi's gearing up pretty strongly here. He's getting a nice amount of racks in the field going into combat shields, getting +1 at the same time. Going to have Marauders available. It's going to have a really strong army, actually, especially with these medevacs.
Jotchi's pushing back out across the map, though, and yes, his stim is done. Yes, he has a couple of medevacs now, but no combat shields, no +1.
Oh my
and he's walking square into a freshly 1-1 army here. Pretty good force fields up at the front, and that allows the Zealots to get such a fantastic engage. Jotchi kind of running into a death trap there. Can't really get anything done. Forced to pull back. A great hold from Hero.
Did he get any damage on the Immortal? No, that was really fishy. He looked like he was going to stem forward to kill off the Immortal, and that was the mere importance of that attack, and then follow up with dealing with Stalkers, but that was just, it didn't work out. The +1/1 was there. The force fields were pretty nice there from Hero. That was just a really weird attack from Jotchi. I understand he's like the kingpin of aggression, but can't be doing that, man.
No, that was just kind of a waste of units. And this pylon now spots everything that was up at the front, so Hero's already bringing his Stalkers back home. Unfortunately, not of the Blink variety, but it's still enough to be able to force these guys away.
We'll get to the pylon. It's always a nice consolation prize. Behind all this, we have Viking production now being queued up for Jotchi. Hasn't started at their command center in any way, shape, or form. Seems to be enjoying staying on 2 bases. But I would really at this point like for him to start moving into their command center. I mean, I want it, but the thing is he lost so many units at the Natural, so I can understand why he's not doing it. He's just so afraid of committing too much to an extra expansion. That whole play was just really lame, I guess, for Jotchi. He can't do anything. I'm trying to think of a war without saying like it was bad or anything, but it did not work out for him in any way, shape, or form.
That's so lame.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's see here, though. Okay, so 4 medevac drop, a battery to commence. But the problem is, once again, Hero has great vision of everything that's going on. Yes, the one pylon was taken away, so Jotchi may be able to slip in with this attack through the back. But as we can see, there's already Zealots, and they'll be able to delay for a while. An Observer picks up on the attack to the left, and Hero's already got that covered with a Photon Cannon and a ton of units. And I just don't see what Jokchi's going to get done with this. Hero is perfectly prepared against just the kind of thing that Jokchi likes to do.
Yeah, Hero's playing really, really well here. Just keeps following up into upgrades, even moving into Hallucination, which is going to make... Is he staying on just for the 1 Colossus?
I think he is, yes.
Okay, so his whole plan here is just to make Jotchi overcommit to Vikings and just push forward and kill his opponent with gateway units. It's going to go really well for Hero, actually, as everything is looking just like Jotchi's preparing just for a Colossus tech. Those Vikings are going to be pretty much useless.
And Jotchi was just making pure Marauders there for a little while. There we go. Queues up another 3 Marauders, and that's just the kind of thing that Charge-Lots, Archons, and Immortals like to see.
Certainly so. Jotchi has moved into a 3rd already, starting +1 armor at the same time, and getting his armory started up as well, so he can start moving into +2/2. But Hero's moving out across the middle of the map. He has his +2 available to him. He has a Hallucination being used as well, trying to show, hey, look, I'm still making Colossi. Keep making Vikings, man. And that will keep the medevac count so low for Jotchi.
Yeah, I think that medevac count's only at 4 at the moment. So.
Storms are going to destroy here.
Yeah.
So much.
And the cool thing, too, is that since none of these forces have been healed up yet, just a couple of Templar in there are going to be able to pick off those medevacs very quickly, too. And even a couple of those going down is going to be plenty enough to do the kind of damage that Hero was looking to do. Well, it looks like actually Jokchi's not completely biting on this. He does have a lot of Vikings, yes. 6, 8, actually, but he's going back into medevac production now.
All right, well, that's good news for Jotchi. Hero is going to attempt to grab his 3rd. Jotchi was aware of that 3rd going up at the same time as well, so he can try and get a timing push on that. Try and snipe it if possible with some medevacs and then push up the front.
Now, one thing Jokchi has done really well is he's delayed that 3rd for a very long time. Just the threat of having drops out there, even though they didn't do anything and Hero was able to react to those really well, he got his 3rd out incredibly early on.
Well, we're going to have Jotchi discovering these 4 Zealots that are on the way, brings out a few SCVs, some Marines. What is this?
Are we? Was he planning? He was planning to all in
He
there.
was about to just all in like a madman here. We have units pushing into the natural. We have a drop down at the 3rd, it looks like here, for... Down here on the bottom right, there we go. Go to land some force fields, going to catch a couple of the Marauders, and he loses a few units. There are a lot of hallucinated Colossus. There are a decent amount of Vikings. Here we go, the stem does occur, but there are a lot of Zealots here. Got to be careful.
Yeah, this is, oh my god, such a great storm drops on top of all the units, most of those in the red now. Vikings do pick away at the Colossi, yes, but like we said before, they're just firing on the fake Colossi now. I mean, those were just hallucinated out, so the rest of the charge lots were able to gather up on these forces. Had there been a couple more medevacs here, we would have seen these forces healed up so much quicker, but medevacs are starting to fall right now. In fact, the remaining 3 are actually completely in the red, and this has not, once again, been a successful attack for Jokchi. And this was after pulling a ton of workers. Look at that.
36 workers killed off, and his aggression was just really thwarted by those 4 Zealots that are coming to that 3rd. That was, what, 10 more SCVs that could have been available in that push.
Yeah.
And again, I just threw off Jotchi because he had to defend that, while at the same time he lost units at the front line at its natural. So everything went very well for Hero. He got his 3rd up, didn't lose any probes.
Yeah.
Just perfect execution when it came to Hero.
Yeah, but that just seems like it's just not the moment to go for Jokchi. I guess he smelled blood, but his opponent was completely ready for everything. Yes, he didn't have his 3rd up, and that was the moment to strike in terms of, yeah, Xenia, look at that. Actually, GG. Unless I miss something, and I think that's exactly it. Jokchi just can't defend this.
Yeah, looks like it will be going down as Hero's going to try and get some more aggression as well, waiting for the charge off to be available again. And there we go, engaging at the same time. A few medevacs available, and Jotchi's doing a pretty good job of cutting this, but really the main focus for Hero is getting these medevacs healed off. And now he finally makes it straight into the natural. A storm to deny the units coming down that ramp, and this is looking like GG, as Zinio called.
Yeah, all right. Well, unfortunate for Jokchi, who had a very cool start to this game, faking Hero out, putting up those 3 racks, but can't unfortunately follow through with it. That's GG, and Hero has just won his 2nd game in a row.
All right, man. Hero going for the all-kill.
Yeah.
Wants to show them, like, hey, we're a premier group. You can't deal with us. You're a contender.
This is a good start for Liquid, though. They've had a
is.
couple of rough matches, but this is working out well for them so far. So, guys, we're going to run to a commercial break. While you're away, though, don't forget everything about IPL 6 is online right now. You can head over to tickets.ign.com to find out everything about our event, what games are going to be there, and we're even going to throw on some more titles there very soon once we have some announcements. What games are going to be there, how big the tournaments are going to be, schedules for those, and, of course, ticket sales if you want to join us at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas from March 28th through the 31st. Now, if you want to try your hand at competing for a share of $100,000 in prizes, you should check out the new title Shoot Mania, which is actually in open beta right now. We're holding a $100,000 tournament there for it, but you can download the beta right now, as it says below, at shootmania.com. Try your hand in one of our qualifiers, and maybe you'll be on the big stage competing for, I think it's like a $40,000 first prize.
It's a lot of money, man. Shoot Mania, again, is open for all at the moment. I know Alex and Joshy were talking about all the matches as of late when it came to Shoot Mania, and apparently they have been stellar. They've been casting them, of course, here at IPL at the same time. So, guys, if you want pretty much a future of gaming when it comes to FPSs, get on top of Shoot Mania. It's certainly free at the moment. But with that, man, we're going to get ready for the next game. Do we know who we're having?
It looks like up next for NsHOSeo is going to be Mad Bull.
Mad Bull.
Mad Bull. Well, we're going to run to a commercial break, and when we get back, it'll be time for game number 4.